Welcome on in, everybody, to the Nexus Gaming Series. We have Division B Southeast. I actually forgot to update the stream title, so give me 1 second, everybody. I'm so very sorry. Beyond Gaming versus Bad... Oh, that's Bay. Bad by Design. Okay, stream title is updated. There we go, everybody. Let's get into the game. I totally did not pause it. Dark Knight on the left-hand side will be on the side of Beyond Gaming on this Murden. Defiant Angel on the Brightwing. Ghost Dunk will be on the Diva. We've got Orphea played by Goose. And we have an AFK Skeeter playing a Lunara. For the right-hand side, we have the members of Bad by Design. Lethendra is going to be on the Kael'thas. Captain Crowley is going to be on the Uther. Althine, I think it is going to be on the Deckard Cain. Slice on the Sylvanas. And we have a Sonya to be played by Poppin' Fresh. Let's get into mid lane. Check out them level 1s, everybody. I think both Mal'Ganis ults are kind of bad. We're not talking about this anymore. I'm not going to sit here and have this conversation. Mal'Ganis ults are bad. Get out of here. Dark Conversion and Carrion Swarm are better than Phoenix ults. Get out of here with that. I feel like we're just saying things now just to continue the conversation. We don't need to, all right? I've made my point. I've made my case. We don't need to keep doing this. We don't need to literally be like, next hero, how about this one? What about this one? We don't need to do that. I've made my statement. I've made my piece about it. Let's move on, everybody. All right, we are going to see Ghost Dunk in bottom lane up against Poppin' Fresh. This is going to be continued rotations from top to mid from the members of Beyond Gaming and Bad by Design. I thought Dark Knight was looking for a aggressive rotation. They did go into the third wind at level 1, so their self-sustain through their trait is going to be amplified through that. Goose taking a lot of damage, burning a little bit. Does the phase shift come in time? No. First blood over to the side of Bad by Design. The members of Beyond Gaming looking to just make sure they do not push out too hard. I guess not too... I guess that's not the right terminology. Stepping too far forward, I think, is probably the better way to say that, because the shutdown and the lockdown is actually pretty good on the side of Bad by Design. You've got an Uther Stun, Gravity Lapse from Kael'thas. The Deckard Cain is going to have some shapes on the ground as well, whether it be a slow from the Haragic Cube, amplified by Sapphire, or even just a Scroll of Sealing, which is that triangle you see go on the ground. Uther in top lane, just sitting there autoing into stuff. Did go into the Silver Touch at level 1, so it is going to be reducing the damage of, after reducing damage 40 times, Holy Light's mana's cost is reduced by 80, and then you also have the other reward as well, which is going to be after reducing damage 80 times, Holy Light's mana cost is reduced to 40, and its range is increased by 50%. Sliced going to go ahead and grab a camp for the top lane. Diva going to be managing bottom, as we do have the fortification camp grabbed by Defiant Angel and Skeeter. Objective A is going to be up here in roughly 45 seconds. Biotic Emitter could be the team fight that we're looking for. I'm waiting to see if anyone steps into this, but no, not just yet. Murden going to be going to Reverberation at level 4 as well, so not going to be going into the Q build. I love Q build Murden. I think the amount of scaling throughout the game is super valuable. The late game siege damage is insane. Rocketing over 1,000 damage into structures, or basically anything that isn't a hero, is so strong. You can also chunk into the Triggerlot Protector for that damage as well, but anyways. We'll see what happens here as the game does progress. Control point A opening up in 10 seconds. We are going to have Sylvanas grab the camp on the right-hand side. Stormbolt to the face of Kael'thas, but they've got a potion, and they also have that potion of shielding from the Deckard Cain. So they also gain a little bit of a shield for 6 seconds after picking up said potion. Oh! The rundown happens, and that will be... That will be another kill. Actually, that'll be a second kill of the game. Excuse me. I was reading Twitch chat for a second. Sometimes y'all have important things to say. Sometimes. I watched Lauber get his Stormbolts up to 1,500 per Q in a game on a stream. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If you finish the baseline quest and you've got like let's say 20 something stacks on your level 1, by roughly 16 you're chunking into things for 1,000 damage and just into non-heroic targets. Slice taking a lot of damage here is going to go down. The potion was a little bit late from the Decker Cane, wasn't able to get that in time on the Sylvanas, as it looks like control point A is going to be regained by the side of Beyond Gaming. Bad by Design going to back off for a few seconds here. We say important things sometimes. Foxington, I will always read what you have to say in my chat. We're still on the subject of this Phoenix shit. It's the last time I give my opinion on hero ults, because apparently like it really struck a chord with a lot of you apparently. Apparently there's a lot more Phoenix one tricks in my chat than I expected. Or just everyone's GM and I'm wrong. Probably the latter of the two. 68% and rising. I could have said 69 Fs in chat. 8 to 8 in our levels right now. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like. Dark Knight. I was waiting to see if they actually find a Stormbolt setup for their team, but unfortunately not going to be the case. We do have Captain Crowley finishing out their level 1 questing talent. It's a lot of damage onto Sonya, who does get the cleanse from Uther. Sorry, it took me a second. I was like, Decker King can't cleanse, and I'm like, right, Uther's in this game as well. Uther does go down. Muradin, D.Va will go down as well, or at least the D.Va mech goes down. Defiant Angel going to use that Soothing Mist to try and back away. You're off to bed. Thanks for coming by, Ashen. You have a wonderful evening, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you have some good sleeps. Slice and Pop and Fresh will grab the camp on the bottom left, or if you're going to be pushing up through the top lane, 10 talents here right around the corner for both of these teams. 3 to 4 in our kills. It's been some good back and forth so far when it comes to this game number 1 in our Division B Southeast matchup. Yeah, Southeast. Bad by Design versus Beyond Gaming. Ooh, okay. Bad by Design's going for what we've seen a lot in CCL, which is actually priority into bottom lane. Oftentimes there's a priority into top lane because of the fact that you're prepping for control point B, but it looks like the members of Bad by Design want to set up for control point C to be like a win condition for them. Avatar form popped by the Muradin, 25 seconds or so on this Triglav Protector, and 50% still remaining on its health. 10's up on both sides. I'm looking at the 10s as well really quickly. Leaping from Sonya. Kael'thas is holding. Maybe we see a Pyroblast? Phoenix has got really good zoning value, but Pyroblast single target damage is extremely high. So we could see that, like Lunara would get chunked by it, but no, it's going to be a Phoenix out from the Kael'thas, and we will be seeing Ghost Dunk and Poppin' Fresh in top lane, still soaking up, keeping things equal between both sides. 3 to 4, as I mentioned in kills, 11 up on both sides, and we have a orb. We have a Wisp from the Lunara to kind of scout things out in the rotation. She did go into Sentinel Wisp at level 1, so it's a lot of extra vision, but Dark Knight getting chunked right now, has to Dwarf Toss away. Mech Explosion gets dunked in by the D.Va. Not going to be able to find any sort of major value as Poppin' Fresh actually leaps into the enemy team. Speaking of leaps, Skeeter's going to find a leap on to Poppin' Fresh. Goose trying to step in, crushing. Oh my god, the Spear and the Nexus Forces actually find the kill into Orphea, who's trying to play that a little too aggressive. Decker Kane needs to find a potion for themselves and manages to do so. Stay a while and listen, catches the toe of Muradin, who's immediately woken up. Poppin' Fresh and team looking fine in this engagement, finding the kill into Orphea. I'm just not even gonna read chat anymore. Just not gonna read chat. Only if I see like Foxington's name, maybe. You're all fine. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Thanks for supporting, and thanks for being an awesome community. 13 talents here right around the corner in favor for the side of Bad Bud. Is that people sad? No, you're fine. I'm just giving you all a hard time. Okay. Ooh, sorry, we've been casting for like almost 5 hours straight, so my body's like, hey, you need to stretch soon and eat. Slice will be grabbing another camp on the right-hand side, pushing the members of Bad by Design closer and closer to 13 talent here. Sonya is going to be managing bottom up against Ghost Dunk, and Ghost Dunk, low with this D.Va mech, does use those micro missiles to poke at Poppin' Fresh, but 13 talent here over the enemy team. I was waiting to see if we have a potential invade onto this fortification camp, and actually I have Goose's vision really quickly, and we can see that, yeah, absolutely, there was an invade. Wasn't read 100%, but it was also stopped by the side of... well, mostly Dark Knight, anchoring in that bush. Really, really good job right there. 13s will slowly trickle in for the side of Beyond Gaming, and Kael'thas will go ahead and clear things up in top lane. This is a mana addict Kael'thas, so they want regeneration globes as much as possible to bolster their entire mana pool, as well as bolster the actual shield, because it uses your total mana pool for your arcane barriers. So if the Kael'thas has a 950 mana pool, that is going to be 950 shielding. It's just really, it's such a good talent at level 1. We were discussing this a little bit earlier when one of the players went Felon Fusion at level 1 in comparison. It's so hard to argue against this talent. Mana Addict, I mean, you're scaling your mana, you've got the arcane barrier. It's such a good protective talent, and also just scaling talent for that hero. Leaping strikes from Lunara, stun goes out onto Dark Knight, isn't going to be caught by the scroll ceiling as they dwarf toss away. Equal talent tiers here. Doesn't look like we're going to have the same play as that last game on Volskaya. We're not going to be seeing a team rush it through mid and ignore an entire Triglav Protector phase. I would expect this to be a rush into top lane fairly soon from the side of Bad by Design, but they might look to go for this mid lane fort. I think it might be a little greedy for them to stick around like this. Sonya just going to get a spear in. Dark Knight does have that biotic emitter. Gravity Lapse is going to connect onto Orphea, who loses quite a bit of health. Might force the phase shift from Defiant Angel. Goose steps in with a big, oh my god, Divine Shield. There's an Eternal Feast that immediately ended. There's a double kill over to the side of Bad by Design, and Sylvanas is going to chase in further. Lunara is going to try and leap away. She goes down. Poppin' Fresh is not going to get picked off by the Diva Mecha explosion. Diva actually almost going down. The damage over time will be mitigated by the Mecha itself. And now, I said the overextension are a little too greedy. This was actually well played. That Orphea, Goose stepping up right over here where my cursor is into the enemy team with that half health bar. A little too risky, especially with the chain CC. Literally, Decker Kane. You have Sonya with the mythical spear. You've got Kael'thas Gravity Lapse. You've got stun point and click from Uther. It's a really difficult spot to be in. And then you have mind control from Sylvanas as well. Definitely a hard team to step into from the side of Beyond Gaming's perspective. No Haymaker. I mean, they don't want to make the plays. God, I love Haymaker and ARAM. It's so dumb. It's just so much. It's so rewarding, especially when you take Grand Slam at level 20. God, Grand Slam at level 20 for Haymaker and in ARAMs, it's just mean. It's just a mean time. But you never get, like, you're never really gonna get that. Not never, but you're not gonna find that same level of value in a regular game, because it's just the brawling isn't as often. So oftentimes we see like Rewind at level 20. We don't see the Grand Slam, but it's possible. Sometimes we see Haymaker, sometimes. We actually are going to see the Ravenous Hunger for this Orphea. We did see this over the weekend in the CCL free agent tournament. It was actually, I believe the day Goon and I were casting was a Dragonshire map, and like the Orphea got their stacks up to like 200. And it's basically, I think you multiply the stacks by 2 if I'm not mistaken. So like this is currently 60. Yeah, so they had like 400 extra damage on top of the 500 damage of the Chomp. Like it was absolute insanity. Mind Control comes out from Sylvanas onto Skeeter, who leaping strikes away currently into the Phoenix from the Kael'thas. Dark Knight pops the Avatar form, is going to get shredded right now by that fortification camp. Does have the empowerment of Sylvanas as the Divine Shield comes out, and Sonya is forced to use the leap. That will be a Diva going down in totality, I guess you could say. And another Triglav Protector for the members of our red team. Bad by Design looking for the top lane fort. Now, do they go for bottom lane to open things up further, or is this a force through top lane? 30 seconds on the Diva. Spearing from the Sonya. This is a full push as a team. Looking like it could be keep through top lane for the side of Bad by Design. Can Beyond Gaming push this Triglav Protector back, or at least whittle it down before it's able to get the keep itself? We'll have to see. I'll run Haymaker for you. Thank you, Zero. I appreciate that. Send me the replay. Send me the replay so I can cast it. Mind Control onto Goose, who's now able to back off. Whew, that was a little risky right there. Great stuns onto Captain Crowley. The damage over time from Skeeter's a lot to deal with, and it looks like this Uther might go down, but no, they actually popped the Benediction, if I'm not mistaken, is that little rewind symbol. Uther will go down right there, is able to get a little bit of healing out, and Lunara does go down in the end of all this, so it's a 1-for-1. The top lane keep is still alive. Actually didn't take any damage from the Triglav Protector, which is just going to be left as a derelict, and that's it. Look at this, look at this. Wasn't there There was an old interaction with Eternal Feast, wasn't there? Like you could put Eternal Feast on the Triglav and it would constantly proc, so people couldn't get into the Triglav Protector. Well, no. It still procs indefinitely on the Triglav Protector, but that's what they changed. They changed it so that the first person who gets in can't be like CC'd with damage per se. They have to literally be CC'd with a stun. Like it has to be a stun to stop the second person or the first person from getting in. Other than that, damage won't stop them from getting in. Whereas the second person needs to fully channel without any sort of damage or CC onto them. So I remember, I think that was actually like a tactic that a lot of people used when Sky Foundry came out and that interaction wasn't fully fixed. It's one of those things where Orpheus could just like sit there, throw the Eternal Feast, and no one could get in the Triglav Protector because you needed to always channel it. Yeah. That was kind of crazy. That was kind of crazy. Phoenix's ult was kind of funny with it too. Oh, really, Tireless? I didn't know that. Yeah, that because the Phoenix has a duration. Eternal Feast is just as long as it's hitting a hero per se, it's gonna proc, and I guess the Triglav Protector will count as a hero. I mean, you can stack off of it like a Zul Jin. Eternal Feast comes out from the Orphea. So much is thrown out, but it's looking like it's actually a counterplay coming out from the side of our red team. This is looking like the members of Bad by Design are trying to clean things up, but they don't find any kills, even with their 20 talent tier advantage. Just wanted to show those APM. Wanted to show that APM for a hot second for you all. Perfect gems for the Decker Cane. Okay, I guess I mean you do have Cube Mastery as well, but there's no Ruby value because Ruby with perfect gems, it's just so dumb how much healing you can throw out as a Decker Cane. But it doesn't seem like our Decker Cane's really struggling to heal in a sense. We can actually really quickly look at the healing. 38,000 from them. Brightwing with 57,000. We are looking at 4 to 10 in kills, so we're talking about healing versus effective healing, and that's what we're currently getting from Althine is very, very effective healing, so we're seeing a little bit of a lower number, but at the same time, whoa, hold on, actually, this is a rush in through top lane. Sylvanas locks down the tower, spear in from the Sonya with that composite spear, giving herself a little bit of armor. Windrunner value from the Sylvanas diving through the keep, and that's actually a really quick keep burn down. D.Va is pushing in bottom lane, is showing on the map doing so. You can actually see the vision for our Decker Cane right now, so this is just Ghost Dunk trying to find some sort of value in this bottom lane before Control Point C opens up. Kill those odds ults is funny in that also. Oh, with the Shadow Fissure you're talking about? Damage doesn't. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was saying. 0. I didn't phrase it correctly because it's the hard CC can stop the first person, but the second person literally can't take damage if I'm not mistaken. It's like Zagara's Nidus network for the second person. They can't be hit by anything. They have to be. It has to be uninterrupted channel, and damage can interrupt it. 20 talent here, right around the corner for the side of Beyond Gaming. Bad by Design has a little bit of a momentum advantage right now, pushing in through this bottom lane as they lose their top lane for, but Poppin' Fresh is looking to open things up a little bit further. Was that? Yeah, I think that was actually Ancient Blessings. I think we just saw come out from the Decker King. Let me just double check that really quickly. Is that the animation for it? Yes. Right, because it's off of the D. Yeah. Decker Kane just has to hit his D and everyone starts attacking faster. You know? Rewind for the Muradin. Nothing too crazy when it comes to our heroics. Timing attack. Eldritch Conduit. It's the Composite Spear just gives armor, right? And range? Yeah. Alright, well, we sit and we wait. Let's check out some APM. Look at this. Look at this APM. How does Decker Kane have... What is Decker doing? Oh, he wasn't moving and he had like super high APM. Same thing with like Kale. Oh no, Kael'thas is moving. All right. Anyways, either way, we're 20s up on both sides. We'll keep this APM up for now, and we'll see who's able to grab this bottom lane Triglav Protector. If the members of Bad by Design can grab this will be huge for them. That's a lot of damage onto Captain Crowley, who is going to go ahead and get the help of Sonya with that leap in. Eternal Feast comes out from the Orphea. Lathendra does go down. Goose is going to get traded out. 1 for 1 on these mages. Slice diving in. Emerald Wind comes out from the Brightwing as well. Stormbolt to the face of 1. Captain Crowley is going to drop the Divine Shield on themselves. Big Q cube out from the Deckard Cain as Lunara will go down. Defiant Angel getting chased by Slice. The sustained damage will solidify that kill. Mind control on Sylvanas, or onto the Diva mech, Diva pilot, dear lord, before she's able to get back in, and that is a full team wipe with just the Kael'thas down. Looks like there's going to be a rush through bottom lane to end game on the side of Bad by Design. Really good read after that team fight. Rather than going for the Triglav Protector, which they honestly could have. This is just a good read. They actually don't need this keep whatsoever through bottom. Yeah, locking this down with Sylvanas, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to go to core as quickly as possible. Orphea's up in 20 seconds. Your core damage is not the quickest. The vast majority of the core damage is through the Sylvanas, a bit of it through the Sonya as well. We might get an Ancient Blessings in a little bit here, but 10 seconds on the Orphea. The core is starting to fall, and it's looking like the members of Bad by Design are going to take game number 1 in our final best of 3 of the day. GG, well played. Shamelessly APMing all over the place. I didn't know there was an APM tab. There isn't. There's an APM tab in the Aliobs observer mode. In the standard heroes observer mode, there is talents that take up 3/4 of the screen, and there is like stats, like damage, healing, and structural damage and stuff like that. Double healer for the win. I seems so. Seems that way. I mean, it's also main tank Uther too. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and get on into another game. I remember you made a comment about my Mephisto APM at one time. I thought you were memeing. No, I don't meme. I'm only super serious caster. I don't make jokes on this channel. Uther needs another rework. Yeah, let's give Chromie another rework too while we're at it. She probably needs her 40th one as well. I don't meme is a meme. No other reworks. Yeah, Genji needs some TLC. Genji and Medivh. I would say those are probably the 2 heroes that I'd like to see reworked personally. It's kind of sad. We were actually like on this really cool pace. We had this really cool pace with you know, heroes getting reworks consistently. Diva, Tassadar, Gazlo, and then all of a sudden, nothing. They fired more people at Blizzard and they didn't tell us? Give us another hero? Yeah. We haven't had a new hero this year, right? May was last year, right? I'm not crazy. Fix Honda Mines and bring it back. You're preaching to the choir, my friend. You are preaching to the choir. Kind of rework Falstad. You know what, Zero? I'll admit, yeah, Falstad got kind of a rework. He had some pretty major adjustments. Team on the right side is up 1. Hire me, Blizzard. I have ideas. Yeah, me too. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and run to the bathroom really quickly. So I'm gonna run an ad, and I will be right back, and we will get into game number 2 of our last best of 3. Okay? Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Yeah, it's all Kyle Dates. It's just Kyle Dates working on the game. Apparently they fired the guy who hits the season reset button. Youch. 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 Someone pet the puppers? Okay, I can do that for you. I can give some free bandit pets. I can give some free bandit pets. Bahir Bahamut, his ideas are back. Hey. Good time? Huh? Best caster. The best caster, my bud. Okay, dokie, everybody. We ready to go? Free pupper pets, yeah. You got some free pupper pets. Oh, war. Let's give more pets for Bandit. Thank you for doing these casts of our game. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for supporting stream, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for being here. I really do appreciate the support. You're all very, very nice to me, and I seriously appreciate the community. I want a new season so I can start grinding my account again. You added a 0, you added an extra S at the end of account? It's weird. You want more pets, mister? Sorry, I just bashed my elbow in the closet. All right, ready to go. I heard Hot Scouts outsourced to another studio. I don't think so. I have not heard anything about that. I think anything most people hear these days is mostly just hearsay. Well, there's no proof or anything like that. Unless there is, I'd love to see it. No one has multiple accounts. That'd be unethical. Yeah. Unethical, absolutely. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Beyond Gaming. Down in this best of 3 series, trying to take us to a map number 3 through Garden of Terror. Dark Knight on the ETC, Defiant Angel on the Alexstrasza, Ghost Dunk playing the Dahaka, Skeeter on the Li Ming, and Goose on the Varian. Excuse me, I drank too much tea too quickly. On the right-hand side, we have the members of Bad by Design, trying to close things out in a 2-0 fashion. Alphine on the Decker Kane, Lathendra on the Kael'thas, Pop and Fresh will be on the Sonya, Captain Crowley on the Uther, and Slice on that Tracer. Let's check out them level 1s and see what our first engagement looks like. Exactly, what kind of scum plays more than one? I know, right? I heard, no, sorry, I already read that. Yeah, no, I would love to see if there was actually, like, information on that, but I don't think, like, publicly, I have not heard a single thing. Here's the thing, like, if HOTS got moved to another studio, I feel like that would have been big news that we all heard about, you know? I feel like that would have been, like, the front page of the Heroes of the Storm Reddit, and we all have opinions about it. I know a lot of the developers who worked on different things, like Heroes of the Storm, now work for Mike Morhaime, aka Dustin Browder. And if you don't know who Dustin Browder is, he's the one you have to thank for this game, pretty much. So, yeah. I'm really excited to see what Dustin Browder's actually able to do, because from my understanding, he's worked on a lot of canceled projects, and he's tired of working on canceled projects. That's the kind of, not drama, that's the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I have no proof on it, but I've heard a lot that, like, a lot of the canceled games were being led by Dustin Browder, and he got fed up with it, with basically that kind of sort of deal. So he went to a studio where he can actually make a game that goes out. Goose is going to be forced back by Captain Crowley, who's actually working their way through this mid lane. It's actually kind of funny that the Soothers being so aggressive, or, like, having such an easy time into a Varian, but at the same time, we have to consider the fact Varian is basically just a bruiser minion up until level 4. I seriously cannot wait to find out, though, what Mike Morheime's studio does. We won't see anything. Like, we're probably not going to see anything for another 6 to 12 months. Like, we might get, like, announcements of stuff. Maybe we might get, like, a couple screenshots or, like, some demo reels, but I don't feel like we're going to get anything out from that studio for at least, like, a total of 3 years from when they announced it, which was, I think, what, last summer they announced it? Fall? I don't expect anything for a little bit, because they're probably going to sit there and make really good games that take a while to make. Dreamhaven Studio, yeah, but there's like a bunch of there's There's like a bunch of studios, or are they all under Dreamhaven? Because there's like Moon Rocket or something like that. Like there's one that like there's like Moon Door or something crazy, and like that's the one that Dustin Browder's on. So I feel like there's like a big overarching studio, and then there's like smaller studios within, or there's just a bunch of studios that he created. I can't remember exactly how it's broken down. Slice trying to dive into the enemy team, build up that pulse bomb, does manage to get the toss onto Dark Knight, does not find a kill. Sonya working their way through this objective phase will get the first seed for the side of Bad by Design, and it will be not the quickest rotation from Beyond Gaming, and so first seed over to our red team. Hey Trainwreck, what's up, bud? I'm seriously, I'm so excited to see what they can do. I think it still may be in the works. If anything, it couldn't hurt if the game got fresh faces and minds working on it. What, you mean Heroes of the Storm? I don't disagree with you at all. I just don't know if they're actually hiring anyone for this game. Sir Locke, thank you for the raid. Thank you for bringing all your friends over here. Please, someone shout out Sir Locke. Thank you, my friend. I hope you had a good stream. I don't know what you're exactly playing, but Moonshot is the home to... no, Dreamhaven's the home to Moonshot Studios and Secret Door Studio. Okay, thank you, Trainwreck. I was wondering about that. That's what... Okay, so it is... So Dreamhaven's the head, like, overarching company, and then you have the two studios that are subsidiaries. Okay. Divinity Original Sin 2. I hope you had fun, my friend. Thanks again for raiding over here. I really appreciate that. I'll send you an alert when we get out of game. We're in our last best of 3 of the day. We're in potentially the last game of the day as well. If Bad by Design can take this Garden of Terra map, they will be able to take this in a 2-0 fashion. We are actually towards the end of the NGS season, so these games are really starting to add up. Some of these games are, it doesn't really matter for standings, but some of them, I don't 100% know. I mean, 2-0s actually change things up. Like, I know Gilly Shark was saying, like, I think their game tonight, if they win the game in a 2-0 and then, like, one other team, like, gets 0-2'd, there's a possibility of Gilly Shark going through into the playoffs, but it's a lot of that stuff right now. There's a lot of that caster math we can't do, so we're going to focus in on the thing we can do, which is talk about the game fairly quickly and moderately accurate. Tracer's gonna try and find a pulse bomb out onto Skeeter, not able to do so. Great power slide from Dark Knight onto Captain Crowley, but this team fight still continues to go off. Wonderful tongue drag from Ghost Dunk, burrow under the ground, taunt out from the Varian, and the Uther does go down. First blood over to the side of Beyond Gaming. They want this game number 3, and that first seed was just a free give, as this will be Ghost Dunk with the second seed channeled into the side of Bad by Design. Excuse me, Beyond Gaming. Divinity Original Sin 2 is such a great game, hard to get through, especially with 4 people. It's a big time suck. I feel like, though, here's the thing. I put 30 hours into the first 2 chapters. Holy shit. But here's the thing that I will say. If you have 3 other friends that are into the game as much as you, then the amount of time you play in it does not matter. I can't tell you how many times I played For the King with 2 of my friends, and we absolutely just get destroyed in, like, we just don't get good gear set up, and we waste hours playing the game, and we don't really go anywhere, but it's fun because we have a bunch of good friends. That's the big thing. Kael'thas does get picked off. That's anything, like, that's all video games. Like last night we played 8 Storm League games, and we went 4-4 in all, and we went positive 60 points. The losses, they were pretty... I wouldn't say defiant, like, we really didn't have a win condition as the game progressed, and we kind of knew it, but, like, it was a fun game because I was with my friends, and it didn't matter about the loss, and I think those are the big things to consider when you're playing a lot of these games. Like Path of Exile, for example. Path of Exile has just got stupid amounts of hours, and I remember I sunk probably, like, 20-some hours in, like, a couple weeks with some friends. I know that's not a lot, but for me, that's a lot for a game in a couple weeks, especially when I was working full-time. In an office as well, and coordinating with different people, you know, around the country. Regardless, 10's up on both sides. We will see, actually, we're gonna have adaptation for the Dahaka, so self-healing. Sonya's gonna be into the Wrath of Berserker, and I think it's Quantum Spike for the Tracer, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty, that's the blue one, if I'm not mistaken, and it's fairly common as well. Ghost Dunk does pop their essence. They're gonna be absolutely fine. Doesn't actually need to utilize the, adaptation whatsoever. Goose coming into this top lane. Stun goes out onto Dark Knight. Kept wanting to say Stark for some reason. And Li Ming is going to actually give up the camp that they were working on, move over to the Siege Giants. Skeeter actually a little too low to deal with that Bruiser camp on their own, as another seed will be spawning. This one could be seed advantage, excuse me, it could be Garden Terror for the side of Beyond Gaming. We'll have to see here in just a second. I put almost 30k hours in PoE. That's what Ira and I have been doing lately. Holy crap. I'm excited for new Diablo stuff. Like Diablo 4 with friends will be really fun. Diablo Immortal, I'm really excited to just kind of like finish stream and have something to play on my phone every so here and there. I actually might consider getting Diablo if Diablo Immortal comes out for Switch, then I'm definitely gonna play it on that. But I think it's just mobile right now, right? Alex Strauza pops the life bender, life bind. Oh my god. Life binder. I could not think of that word. Bender is what I kept thinking of, and I guess I watched too much Futurama recently. Kael'thas does go down in the engagement in the end. Seed does go over to the side of Bad by Design. We're up to 2 on either side. This next seed will determine who's able to get the first Garden Terror of the game. Oh, 2 people. Oh, I'm so sorry. I realized that. Sorry, Sir Lock and Trainwreck. I didn't realize that. 3K, not 30K? Sorry, I'm thinking of CCL teams. I'm mostly just glancing and seeing name colors and being like, cool. 69 stacks for the Uther. Very nice on that Silver Touch. Varian does have High King's Quest at 1 out of 3. We have 16 out of the 20 for the Prog Rock. We have 4 out of the 20 for the Flames of Fury, 9 out of 10 for Tissue Regeneration, 15 out of 20 for Mana Addict, and as we mentioned already, Silver Touch, 69 nice out of the 80. Wanted to quickly look. It is Quantum Spike, so deals an additional 6% damage of 6% damage based on the enemy hero's health maximum. Kind of figured that was the case. Yeah, sorry about that. Casting and reading chat are very difficult at the same time, but I do my best. 13 talent here, right around the corner for both sides. Slice trying to dive in onto Skeeter. A lot of damage goes out onto this Li Ming. We currently have the Phoenix out from the Kael'thas as well. Ghost Dunk is going to pop the adaptation, gets healed up by that. Burrows into the ground just to get that health bar starting to go. Goose getting very low. Pulse Bomb is not going to come out from the Tracer just yet. She still needs to build that back up. Lifebinder comes out from Alex Strauza as well. Dahaka finishes Tissue Regeneration. Uther finishes Silver Touch, but Dahaka does go down. Stay Wellness and comes out, catches Skeeter. Divine Angel's still awake on this Alex Strauza, throwing out some healing on the ground. Divine Shield onto the Sonya, who does have her Wrath of Berserker up. You can see the kind of glow on her axes. There's also that little purple bar underneath her, well, other bars. Is that will be the Alex Strauza going down. Goose is going to get picked off. Oh no, Goose is going to find the kill into the Sonya, but in the end, Althine gets the channel, and that'll be Garden Terror out for the side. A Bad by Design. Li Ming just trying to get out of here before any sort of Holy Shock is going to be able to get them. I think there was a little Holy Shock onto her, but she ended up just still living through it. And 13 talent here was found for the side of our red team. Exactly, Pork Chop. Exactly. So with 13 advantage, this will be bottom lane fort going down. Mid fort should be okay-ish from Dahaka. There's a lot of minions, though, in this wave that are kind of chunking into the structure now that they're re-aggroing onto said structure. Top lane is going to be at about half health as it just now arrives here, and bottom lane still above half health. I do want to note here, I always like to for this map, it's very similar in the push style as Tomb of the Spider Queen, except the Garden Terrors do not lose health over time, whereas the Web Weavers do. The other factor to consider is the Garden Terrors spawn up as far as your minion wave, whereas the Web Weavers are as far up as the enemy minion wave. So, for example, if we're looking at top lane, the Web Weaver, if this was Tomb of the Spider Queen, would descend basically into this front gate. If there was no, like if the enemy team's minion wave was non-existent and ours was, ours. If the members of Bad by Designs was still pushing up like this. So just little considerations. But if the Garden Terror just now spawned, it would have been going into this wave right here. I'm jumping around too much. I'm confusing myself with my own logic, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to eat a snack. My brain is starting to fall apart. I need a snack and I need a beverage. It's 6 o'clock almost. We've been casting for almost 5 hours. I need a snack and a beverage. Down with Baja. I'm gonna shoot you so much, Pirate. How you doing, bud? I feel like Bad by Design is ironic as they are playing a tank that is meant to be a healer. I think that's actually perfect. Hi, Pirate. How you doing, bud? Pirate, Day, Cyber, and I are gonna play Halo 3 in a little bit. By the way, Cyber, I don't know if Day told you this. I've never played a Halo game in my entire life. I played one time with my one friend that I got to hang out with one time after summer camp. We played the deathmatch mode for like 2 hours. And his friend got really mad at me because I played a lot of Counter-Strike Source, and there was no recoil, so I actually was like decent at the game. And then there was like one thing, it was like a sword or something like that, it was like basically like it was reaction time based, and I was really good with that because I was able to react very, very quickly and constantly get kills when I found that sword thingy. So yeah, that's the most Halo I've ever played. Did you just call me Cyber? Probably. I might have been saying that you, Cyber, Day, and I are going to play in a little bit. Or I might have not finished my thought and just said Cyber and then jumped to a different thought, because, yeah, the focus is a little difficult. As I said, I am getting a little hungry, so it's a little difficult to focus on things. But either way, objective phase is up here on the right-hand side for Bad by Design, who are going to be able to grab themselves another seed. This will not be Garden Terror, as they just had a Garden Terror out in their favor of the red team. Do want to note, we do have Encore from the ETC, so it's going to be 5 seconds off the heroic every hero hit. Oh, wow. Nice mosh pit set up. A Divine Shield comes out. Lifebinder out from the Alexstrasza. It's not going to get the proc in time. Dark Knight and Alexstrasza do go down. Tracer chasing out onto Skeeter, who's able to get behind the gate. Ghost Dunk is going to back off as well. Massive wave in through the top lane between the Bruiser Camp and the Siege Giants. This is looking fairly good for the side of Bad by Design, pushing in here, and they're going to open up this keep front gate. Can they actually take down the keep itself? Cryrat? I love Cryrat. I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind being called Cyber. Man's cute. He's also got, like, an ironclad stomach, so I envy that of anyone. He just tells me how much, like, the food he eats, and I'm like, God, I would get so sick. I'd get so nauseous. Not that it's bad food, it's just I can't eat certain things, because my body doesn't digest things well. Hence me only drinking tea, water, and specific beers. All right, Seed's going to be spawning once again in the bottom right of our map. This is looking like it will go over to the side of Bad by Design, but it's even talent tiers. We could see a potential invade, but the rotation that needs to take place is way too big, so I think the members of Beyond Gaming are going to just eat the seed, and this will be, all right, this will be contest over the next one, though, because it's 2 up on both sides. Brains are overrated? Absolutely. Just, Day, come on over and give me a lobotomy. I don't need this shit. All right, we finished our second cup of tea. Pretty much the caffeine's been holding us over. No, we're absolutely fine. I just need a little bit of like food in my stomach, so maybe I'll grab like a yogurt or two before we get into yeah, I'll probably eat yogurt. That's probably smart. It's probably easy on the stomach. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We have another seed spawning and some bottom lane pressure adding in. Bye bye brain. Yeah, bye bye. Do you want my brain, Foxington? I know you need a new video card, but would you like a brain? All right, it's all yours, Foxington. Swing on by, and I'll make you a nice sandwich as well. But like maybe like a veggie sandwich or something. I don't think you're a fan of the pastrami that I had, or probably the BLT that I had today. Anyways, Dahaka's up in the top lane, just kind of chilling, doing Dahaka things. Oh, he's actually brushed out. He's waiting to brush stock in, essentially. But it's too late. It's too late. The rotation's not quick enough. The seed will be grabbed by the side of Bad by Design. And now you can see, look at this. Top lane, it's all the way back here. Mid lane, it's already here. And the team fight is progressing still. Dahaka being CC'd a little bit. Wrath of Berserker popped by the Sonya. Ghost Dunk does pop that adaptation. Has the Tunneling Claws to disengage right now. Sonya needs to auto-attack into something to keep that Wrath of Berserker up. Ghost Dunk actually popping the adaptation now gets that full bar of healing. I thought they actually popped it earlier, but no, that was just Essence going off from Dahaka, who does get picked off. Top lane, Garden Terror is slowly meandering its way down the lane. Bottom lane is going to confirm the keep. Mid lane opening up the keep front gate. Phoenix comes out from the Kael'thas. Let me show you all some APM, because I know you love that APM. And this is now Defiant Angel not getting hit by the Pulse Bomb. Tracer going to recall back to make sure they avoid any damage, but that's an Alexstrasza and a Varian going down. ETC to get picked off as well. Skeeter, the only one left alive, trying to make something happen here as this Li Ming defending core, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Garden Terror through bottom has arrived at the core. It will go down, but taking down the shielding with it as well. And it's looking like game number 2 goes over to the side of Bad by Design. They will close out our final best of 3 of the day. Skeeter trying to come in here, and it's not going to be a kill onto them. GG, well played. The series goes over to Bad by Design 2-0. Do I get the sandwich before or after I harvest the brain? After, because I feel like that's more interesting. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be our final series of the day, but we're not done streaming. I am going to grab myself a snack. We're going to chill here, and then we're going to get into Halo 3 with Day, Cyber, and Pirate Rum.